Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and another speed build. Today's speed build was my take on a more neutral minimalist house. It was a little bit of a challenge for me because I am not a minimalist at all, but I do kind of appreciate the style. I feel like it's hard to be a minimalist when you have two toddlers running around your house. So this was a little bit having to remind myself as I was building to the whole, less is more. But I wanted it to be very neutral, lots of whites and grays and beiges and whatnot. And I was very inspired by Pinterest, and I have a lot of friends, fellow photographers and whatnot, who are very good at the minimalist style. It's just something I can never do in my own house, but I really wanted to try and do it for this house in The Sims. And this house is already in the gallery, so if you want to check it out, my origin ID is SimEspy. I'm also on Twitter at SBSim, but if you look up SimEspy, you'll find me. And on Instagram as well, if you want to follow me there for more updates on speed builds and whatnot. Happy Island Living Week, by the way. I'm doing this voiceover on Wednesday, so we'll get that expansion pack in a couple of days, and I'm really excited, and I want to know what you guys think. So far I've just been doing speed builds and whatnot on YouTube, but I'm thinking about maybe starting to live stream on Twitch, most likely. But I want to know what you guys think. If you would prefer just these speed build videos on YouTube or a live stream on Twitch of more, of actual gameplay and live, building mode and whatnot. Just because I would have to do it, again, like I said, I have two toddlers, so I can't live stream during the days. But when they're at the babysitters and during the weekends when my husband's home, I thought it would be really fun to start a live stream. So I'm not sure if you guys are more live stream people or YouTube people. So just let me know in the comments what you think. I really loved this kitchen and the dining room setup. I was having a hard time trying if I wanted to do the island with the stove in it or not. I went ahead and did that. And so I'm, like I've said before, I'm a vanilla Sims player. So I don't do custom content or any mods. And I try not to use too many cheats. I try not to do move objects, just because I think it's a bit of a challenge, more of a challenge that, for me personally. So I try to do the no move objects cheat, which sometimes can be difficult when you're building and you want, an object to go in a certain place, but the game's just no. But I do find it more of a challenge. So I know that makes it a little, boring, I guess you can say. But that's just how I like to play. So you'll see, in any of my builds, there's no CC. You don't have to do the move objects cheats before you place it and whatnot. And I think that makes it easier for more casual gamers. It makes it more simple for them to, place a lot without it, having to worry about things moving around or not having the items and whatnot. So that's where I like being vanilla. But anyway, it does make it difficult. When I was building the kitchen, I couldn't get my counters exactly lined up, but it was close enough. So, oh well. This bedroom, again, I was really having to remind myself that less is more. And I did make it a little bit bigger than it needed to be. But when I think of these modern minimalist homes, I think of very spacious, lots of light, hence the light color wood floors and then light colored walls. And again, I was trying not to overfill this bedroom, and I think I did a pretty good job. Yeah. I was having a hard time with the bedroom placement. I try not to place beds right in front of windows, just because I feel like that can make it awkward with curtains sometimes. But yeah, and I tried to add lots of greenery in this home as well. I feel like you see that a lot too in more modern homes. Lots and lots of greenery. One thing I will say, I hope with the new expansion pack and stuff packs that are coming out in the Realm of Magic pack, which, oh my god, I'm so excited about. I'd like to see a lot more artwork. More modern artwork. Or I guess you could even say minimalist artwork. I feel like I'm always using the same 10 pieces of artwork in my builds. So I would love more options. Along with, I feel like for the style I like to do my builds, which is a lot more modern, mid-century, eclectic type styles, I really would like a sectional couch. A lot. That would, and I'm sure there's, some difficulties to that, but I would really love to see a sectional couch. And not like a clunky one, but again, like a more modern one. So, I mean, is that something you guys would love to see? Because I hope I'm not the only one. I feel like I've seen it on Twitter a few times, people asking for sectionals. Which of course, I know the gurus can't please everyone, and I feel like no matter what they post, there's always somebody in the comments being like, well, when are we going to get this? I would really like this. And they can't please everyone. But if they could do sectionals at some point, that would be amazing. So yeah, this is a little art studio office that I was really in love with. Just the style of it. It's like where I paint a lot, so this is somewhere where I would love to paint. That's something I'm really excited for the upcoming stuff pack, is they talked about the freelance photographer career, which I'm really excited to check out, because in real life, my full-time job is a photographer. I'm a wedding photographer and a portrait photographer. So I'm really excited to see that freelance career in The Sims. I'm really excited about that. Now we're on to the bathroom. I feel like bathrooms, I gotta say, bathrooms are probably the hardest for me. Because I feel like I'm always kind of in a rut doing the same thing. So, I try to do something a little bit different here, for me personally. By adding, because usually I do either a bath or a shower or one of those combinations. I would love to see more of the combinations too. So I added both. You could probably hear my dog barking in the back because I'm getting a package from FedEx. So you could probably hear my children too. They're supposed to be napping. Anyway, but I liked how this bathroom turned out. Like I said, bathrooms, I feel like bathrooms are always the most blandest rooms. For me personally, for me building. But I like that one well enough. This is hard sometimes. So again, like I wanted this house to be spacious and lots of room, not overcrowded. But sometimes it's hard for me to think about what to do with like this like dead space right here between these two doors. I cannot exactly figure out what exactly I wanted to do, keeping in mind with that minimalist style. Like I said, I had to keep reminding myself, less is more, less is more. So I changed this up a handful of times. But I ended up, I placed this table here, and you'll see towards the end of the video, I actually ended up changing it. Because I was just kind of thinking, like, if I were to visit one of my friends, what would be in their house? Or if I had, like, my dream minimalist house when I have no kids, what would I put there? So that's what I do with a lot of my builds. I just really think to myself, well, if this was my house, what would I do? So I feel like you can often see a specific style through all my builds. I almost always do ranches. I'm not sure what you guys tend to do. If you guys like ranches or, the multiple stories houses. I like ranches. Again, and that's because in real life, I like ranches. We live in a ranch. I will only want to live in a ranch. And that has to do with some anxiety things too. But I just prefer ranches, so that's what I tend to build in The Sims, which can be a challenge, especially when you're trying to make a family home, something more than 1 or 2 bedrooms. Just because if you try to do that and you're doing a ranch, you can, take up your entire lot space and it just looks a little too big. But whenever I can, I try to just stick with the ranch style house. That's my preferred style. But yeah, this section, it was hard for me to do too. I could not figure out exactly what I wanted to do, as you see me like changing things up over and over again. But again, I always have my Pinterest board next to me as I'm building, so I can kind of, recenter myself. And I was worried that this living room entryway was a little too cluttered for minimalist. Let me know what you think. Overall with this build, do you look at this as modern minimalist? I guess modern minimalist eclectic. I feel like that would be a little bit of modern mixed with eclectic, if that makes sense. But anyway, so that's what I was trying to achieve. So let me know if what you think of this build. Like I said, it is on the gallery if you want to get a little bit of closer look. But I liked how this entryway turned out. I mean, it wasn't perfect as I'm doing this voiceover now, but overall, I liked it. I also liked how a little bit of the craftsman feel of the house with the windows and whatnot. I actually got the inspiration from this house from Pinterest. Just like it wasn't even a full picture of the front of this certain house, but just pretty much the doorway, and that's what kind of sparked the inspiration for this house. But I really do like the spacious feel of it, so I think I achieved that. And let me know what you guys think about the length of this video. My goal is to keep these under 20 minutes, and I'm always, debating, should I just do real quick under 10 minutes videos with no voiceover and just music playing, no talking, or something a little bit longer with the voiceover and talking. So let me know what you guys think in the comments too. A short video, no talking, a little bit longer video with talking. As you see me here, just spinning around the house over and over and over again. And this is me, like I said, changing that little space between the two doors. I ended up adding the little globe bar, the little bar cart, which is one of my favorite items. I just love it so much. I think it is very eclectic modern, if that makes sense. But yeah, lots of greenery. Like I said, I feel like anywhere I spend the house, you can see lots of greenery. This outdoor space, I really loved it. And again, in all my builds, I try to do a garden with the flower beds and whatnot. So I think, I add 3 flower beds in here, a little flowering station, and whatnot. And I did this build right before the patch day. So I didn't use the lounge chairs, but I might go back into my actual game, but I'm playing with this house, and add lounge chairs because I'm very excited about that. Or I might just wait until Friday and use lounge chairs from the Island Living pack, which I'm so excited for Friday. I have my girls are going to the babysitters. My husband's coming home early from work that day, and I will just be playing Island Living. And I also have an idea too for a series of YouTube videos or live streams. Again, let me know if you guys prefer YouTube videos or live streaming. So I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to do. So I just rewatched the entire Harry Potter video, and this is a little off topic. Movies. And I'm thinking about making a modern, as my phone goes off, the modern day trio of them living in the city and kind of doing a storyline with that and making it, in The Sims, and I don't know, making I don't even know. But anyway, a modern Harry Potter Sims storyline. Possibly. Playing around with a few ideas. But let me know if that would be something you'd be interested in about. Also, I was thinking modern Game of Thrones too. I have all these ideas. It's the type 5 in me. But yeah, anyway, I loved getting back on topic with this speed build. I really love this outdoor space. I thought it was just it's somewhere where I would want to hang out. I always say I'm going to do a garden every single spring, and then I get distracted with life. So I just build gardens in The Sims. That's my compromise. But yeah, I'm really excited to get my hands on the Island Living Pack and do some builds on the island, and then add some of those build items into my current houses. I'm just so excited. And I'm excited for the Realm of Magic Pack 2 in the fall. That's going to be so much fun. Anyway, so I think these are like the last few details I was doing on the house. I think after these flowers, I'm just placing a few of those clutter items that kind of brings, the whole house together. I'm also going to be doing a series of just rooms. I just posted like this tiny modern farmhouse kitchen yesterday in the gallery. And I'm going to do probably a few more kitchens, probably bedrooms, just a series of rooms, and then get back into building full houses again. Because sometimes I feel like it's helpful just to, for these videos, do small rooms and whatnot, and then focus on something bigger. So yeah, these are just a few of my clutter items. I think overall, this house is quite minimalist, and I'm happy with how it turned out. I feel like I keep saying that, like I'm like reassuring myself. But when I do these voiceovers, I see just like these like little small things that I would change here and there, and I'm not going to do it just, to you could probably hear my children in the background. Oh, toddlers. Anyway, as I was saying, as I do these voiceovers, I can see just these little things I would change, and I'll probably change them in the game, but I'm not going to like redo my whole video just for those little changes. But yeah, I think I'm most happy with the kitchen. That's a kitchen I would love in real life. But anyway, like I was saying, I'm hoping to do these speed builds once a week, or start live streaming them as well. And most of my speed builds in general, I don't do large builds. Like I said, I like to do ranches with more modern, realistic takes. Because that's the style, that's how I like to play. I see a lot of these speed builds that are so huge and gorgeous, and people spend like a month doing these builds, and they're just stunning. But I, in general, just like to keep things simple. So let me know if you're enjoying these more simple houses, kind of based on real things I find on Pinterest. Or if you guys would like to see bigger builds. Because I would like to just to challenge myself, maybe do a little bit bigger build. So let me know if you guys like, small, simple, or big, and then maybe I'll try it out. So yeah, I think these are just the last few details as I just keep rambling on here, as I tend to do. But yeah, so if you guys kind of enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe or comment. I try to reply to most comments. But yeah, check out this house in the gallery, you guys, and I'll see you guys at the next video.